people always want to think of San Francisco as the Giants, the 49ers, being the LGB, and, you know, man, you don't know how many fights and stabbings that I had in jail behind that.
Oh, yeah.
Defending that.
Yeah.
You know. But, and I say it's San Francisco, the Bay, we're much more than that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we're much more than that, you know. We were one city that didn't allow Crips and Bloods to come in here and migrate us and take us over.
Okay, that's something I always wondered about, and that's kind of the impression I got, is that we wasn't having that.
Wasn't having it. Ain't having it now.
Yeah, because our neighborhood structure was already gamed up.
Exactly.
Already with the business.
Yeah.
And we wasn't about to just go sign up to put a rag on. But do you know of that actually people trying to attempt to do that up here?
I don't think that they tried it because they knew that it was people like, you know, people in Oakland. You had Lil D, you had Ant Flowers, you know, you had guys like that, you know, that just wasn't going to go for it, you know, and then, you know, of course you had Black over there. I mean, there was certain guys that just wasn't going to accept it in Oakland. And just well as guys in San Francisco, it was certain guys like myself, you know, and some of the Branners, we just, in the Harpers, you know, we just wasn't going to accept it. You know, something that was our generation. You know, again, we're going back 3 generations deep. So we fought for this, and now we're going to have somebody to come in and start telling us, oh, wear a blue rag now, wear a red rag, and you a Crip, you a Blood now. What about my bloodline?
Mm-hmm.
Where's that at now? That just goes out the window, and I adapt somebody else's culture that's 600 miles away from it that I don't know nothing about.
Right.
No, we wasn't going for that.
Yeah, I mean, this just putting it on record of just what was already established in these neighborhoods. It's really interesting that you had this. It's a global phenomenon now, Crips and Bloods, and all over California, but just
all over the world.
Yeah,
all over the world,
mm-hmm.
except the Bay Area.
Right.
They went to Sacramento,
Stockton.
Mm-hmm. You know, I don't even think Stockton. I just think the people in, you know, I think some of the guys in Stockton just grabbed hold of it. They just wanted something to grab hold to.
Right.
Because, you know, like me being in jail and I'm seeing certain things, and it was like 1 or 2 dudes that, you know, was just grabbing hold to it. I remember me having a conversation with a guy one day, and he was from Stockton, and he was just running behind the Bloods. And I was like, hey, man, you know, and you getting into it with all these dudes from the Bay Area. Mm-hmm. And I pulled him to the side one day, and I said, hey, man, you know, you really from the Bay Area, right? You from Stockton. And everybody that you keep getting into it with is from the Bay. You getting into it with dudes from San Francisco. You getting into it with dudes from Oakland. But you're going back to Stockton.
Right.
What if you see those guys? What are you going to do? Tell me what you're going to do. And I kid you not, man, one night I was in Stockton. It was about 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, and I pull off the freeway in Stockton off Hammer Lane, and I went into a Denny's, and he was in Denny's by himself. And I said, remember that conversation I had with you?
Wow.
But I'm not here to tell you not to do this, not to do that, but just be mindful of what you're doing.
Yeah, definitely. Know what you're getting into before you sign up for
right.
it.
Recognize where you got the game. We got our own style, got our own slang. Northern California is a West Coast thing. This is the history of the Bay. Recognize where you got the game. We got our own style, got our own slang. Northern California is a West Coast thing. This is the history of the Bay.